What's up everybody, I'm Paul and welcome to my channel. So a few weeks ago the guys from Fomo reached out to me and said, Paul, we think you're awesome, or something along those lines, and that they have a piece of software that they think would be interesting to me and my audience, which is obviously you guys. And I get a lot of these emails on a weekly basis, and usually I have a quick look at the software and usually it doesn't do much for me, so I just click off and carry on with my day. But the offering from Fomo did catch my attention. I thought it warranted a bit more of an investigation. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been using the Fomo software and trying it out to see what I think. And I thought I'd get around to actually doing a video review on it because, well, I'm a YouTuber after all. So in this video, I am going to be looking at the Fomo software to see if it's any good or not, and also if it's something that you guys should potentially consider for your websites. So let's jump into the review. Right, so the first thing we're going to talk about, that's two things. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is Fomo. Well, Fomo stands for fear of missing out, but the actual tool is a social proof marketing tool. And what this means is through the Fomo software, you get little notifications that appear on your website that look like this, which show exactly what other people are doing on your website. And this is a way to show other new visitors to your website that people are actually buying through you or interacting with your website, and it kind of builds up that social proof that your site is actually legitimate and worth dealing with. And this is something that a lot of websites struggle to do, is convert visitors into customers, especially in the world of e-commerce, because e-commerce conversion rates are generally around about 1%, which if you didn't know that already and you're new to e-commerce, sorry for depressing you a little bit, but yeah, generally they're around about 1%. So for every 100 visitors you get to your site, you'll generally get one person click through and become a customer. And this is because in many cases people are new to your site and they might not trust dealing with your site. So if they can see that other people are buying from you, it can increase the chances of people actually clicking through and buying from you. So that's basically what Fomo is. It's a social proof marketing software, and it is a conversion tool. It's not a traffic tool. So in order to get the most out of this tool, you really do need to already have some established levels of traffic in order to get the most from this software. If your store is very small and you're not getting much traffic, this software might not actually do much for your store. So that's what Fomo is. And next up, let's look at how much Fomo costs. So Fomo offers a selection of 4 packages that you can choose from that range from $19 a month up to $199 a month. And this is all based on the amount of notifications that you show on a monthly basis. So it starts from 25,000 notifications a month on the starter package, all the way up to 3 million notifications a month on the advanced package. That's a lot of notifications, and if you're getting through that many notifications a month, you are going to be a big business. But as you can see, there's offerings for businesses of all sizes. And you also get a 14-day free trial with every single package. And if you go through my affiliate link in the description, you also get 50% off your first month as well. So I'm trying to save you a little bit of money here. So those are the pricing of the packages, and I think it's pretty reasonable, especially if you could increase the conversion rate on your site, which is going to generate you more money. So if it's costing you $19 a month, but you even have a 0.2% increase in the amount of sales you get, this is more than likely going to cover that $19 a month. So pricing wise, I think it's pretty reasonable, especially if it can increase your conversion rate. So the next thing I'm going to look at is the integrations that Fomo offer. And Fomo offer a lot of integrations with a variety of different platforms. So you've got things like e-commerce platforms, it integrates with email marketing software, it integrates with review platforms. There's lots of different integrations that Fomo offers. Now, as you can see, my integrations, I've got Shopify set up. The reason why I got Shopify was because I happened to be playing around with Shopify when Fomo reached out to me. And it just made sense as I was doing stuff on Shopify just to set it up on that. And it does actually install on Shopify via an app, but with every single integration that's available, it does show you exactly what you need to do in order to get these set up, and it'll take you through that process so you can get it set up and integrated properly. But as you can see, there's lots of different types of integrations. So you've got things like MailChimp for newsletters, you can show people what you're doing on Instagram, you can have Google reviews. It also integrates with lots of other e-commerce platforms. You've got things like ClickFunnels, you've got things like Magento, there's also things like BigCommerce, WooCommerce. There's lots of different integrations across a variety of different platforms and different things that you may be using with your website. And this is why I say it's usable with many different types of websites that are out there. You can use it for e-commerce websites, you can use it for affiliate marketing if you want to grow your email list, if you've got a blog and you want to grow your social media following. There's lots of different ways you can use this to basically grow your audience, so it doesn't all have to be focused around sales, even though this is primarily an e-commerce channel. But there are lots of options when it comes to FOMO and integrations. And as I say, it tells you exactly what you need to do to get all these integrations set up properly. And within the FOMO dashboard, there's also lots of different settings you can configure, so you don't go over that kind of monthly allocation of notifications you get. You can also change different timings for when your actual notifications display. So if we go into settings and we go into timeline, as you can see, there's different second differences you can change. So from the initial delay, so when someone first goes onto your website, how quickly you're going to show that first notification, what's the time between that notification and the next one. There's lots of different settings available for different times. You can also go and change on which devices it displays and how it displays on those devices. So if you've got it on desktop, there's lots of different options how that can display, and there's a couple of different options for mobile as well. There's lots of different settings you can set up. There's also limits, so you don't go over the amount of allocations that you want to on every single month, and you can limit to the maximum amount of notifications you show to each individual user. And you don't want to be too spammy with the notifications on your site. If you've got them popping up every couple of seconds, it's going to make people question, are these genuine notifications or are they fake? Because if you're a relatively unknown site, you're probably not going to be getting people checking out with you every few seconds. You're not Amazon, for example. So you want it to look quite natural and quite organic with how people are interacting with your site. So I would limit the amount of notifications that I show. I'd also give quite a bit of space in between the notifications, so it looks quite natural and organic, as I've just said. So what's it actually like to use this with, say, Shopify? Well, with Shopify, you actually need to install an app. As you can see, you've got Fomo social proof marketing there. And if you go onto the front end of my website, as you can see, we've got these nice little pop-ups that appear. And I actually think these are quite nice. I think they look quite good. They're not overly intrusive, and it can give your website a little more credence because people are looking at it to see other people are actually checking out on your website. So one question that does arise quite a lot with the Fomo software is, can you create fake notifications? And within the Fomo software itself, you cannot create any fake notifications because it only picks up on signals from the actual integrations you've got set up. So if you're integrated with Shopify, it's only going to show when people have checked out on your store. And the notifications I had on my Shopify store were actually transactions that I ran through my checkout. And this is where I think it's really good and better than some of its competition out there, which can allow fake notifications to be made. So with this, it just picks up on the signals from the actual integrations you've got set up, so you can't create fake notifications within the Fomo software. So how would I use Fomo on my website? And this is the thing I've been thinking about probably for the longest, and the reason why it's taken me a few weeks to actually do this video. So I was thinking about how is the best way to use this software on an e-commerce website or something like an affiliate marketing blog. Well, if it's on an e-commerce website, I would actually go with showing notifications of people checking out on your site. I would also get myself set up with some kind of review site, so like Trustpilot or Google reviews, and have those showing up on my website as well, because this is almost double social proof marketing, because not only are you showing people that there's other people checking out on your website, but you're also going to be showing that people are leaving your website reviews. And hopefully they're all going to be positive reviews. Unfortunately, you might get the negative one occasionally. But this is kind of double social proof marketing. And a lot of people will actually go and try and find these reviews anyway if it's a site they've never dealt with before, just because they want to know that it's a trustworthy site. So they're probably going to go to places like Trustpilot, or they're going to do Google searches to see if there's any reviews on your website. Whereas if you're already showing these people that people are leaving these reviews and they can access them directly from your website, it's going to increase the chances of people checking out on your website. Obviously, if all your reviews are positive. And for affiliate marketing websites, I think this would be a great tool to grow your email newsletter, because that is one of the most valuable assets that an affiliate marketing website has. So along with all the pop-ups that you've got over your site, you could also show visitors to your site that other people are signing up to your newsletter, and it could increase the chances of those people going through and signing up to your newsletter as well. So there is quite a few options that are available with the Fomo software. Let's say for e-commerce, I would want almost double social proof to show that people are checking out on my website, but also people are leaving my site reviews as well. That is the way I would use it personally. But you may find different uses for it, because I say there's lots of different integrations. that the Fomo software offers. So my final thoughts on Fomo. Is it something that you should consider? I definitely think it's an interesting proposition because it offers something a little bit different to most other marketing software out there, because you're actually showing that people are interacting with your site and potentially buying from you or doing whatever it is your site does. So I think it is definitely an interesting proposition, especially if you've got a large amount of traffic but you're struggling to convert that traffic into paying customers. No matter what your site is, if you're struggling with conversion rates, a tool like this definitely could have the possibility to increase your conversion rates. And Fomo have done lots of case studies where they've shown that their tool has increased conversion rates on sites, including e-commerce sites and also other types of websites as well, where conversion rates do matter. So it's definitely an interesting proposition and something that is worth considering. And let's say you get 14 days free trial, so you can go and test it out for yourself, install it on your website and see if it works or not. And also, as I mentioned earlier, you do get 50% off your first month if you go through my affiliate link in the description below, and that is very much appreciated if you go through that link. So let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think of Fomo? Do you think it's an interesting proposition, or is it something that you wouldn't consider for your site? I'm always interested to hear other people's opinions and say I think it's quite an interesting proposition, and especially if you can lead to increased conversion rates, that's definitely going to be a good thing, especially if your conversion rate outstrips the cost of the software. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.